Hi everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how to make this card. Now I don't actually know the name of this card. I saw it on the Crafts 2 Facebook page. So I don't know who's made it. I think it was for the launch for John Next Door products. So John himself may have made this card, or it's someone from the design team. So that's who I'm going to give credit to. It's someone connected to Crafts 2 because I really don't know who's made it, but I saw it. It's very easy. It really is a dead simple card to do, but it's so effective. I love the points on this. So maybe a triple point card or a triple arrow card. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Pop some suggestions in the comments section. But it's just a top fold. You've got space inside there to write your message. And then it just stands up like so. I need to burnish the top of that. Let's just do that because I didn't do that before. And that way it will stand up better. This is a bit of a smooth surface anyway, but there you go. That's much better. But isn't that cool? So you don't have any wastage on this card. So these two pieces are taken from the corners here, and then you just literally fold them over each other. So yeah, loved it. 6x6 size this is, but you could do it on any top folding size card. So let me show you how to make it. So I've got two others here that I was playing around with as well. So I just want to add some flowers or some kind of detail on that one, and I need to add the area inside there to write something. But that was that one, and then there's this one here with the yellow and like the coral cardstock. And then I've got that inside there. So yeah, just to give you some more ideas. So the pad that I've used is this one, which is an old Fest edition one. It's Fiesta Fever in the 6x6. I picked this one up from Craft Label when they had tons of their paper pads all reduced. I didn't pay much for this at all. I remember having it in the 12x12 and I used a lot of it. I've got very few, if any, sheets left from that. So it was nice to just get it in the smaller size. So I've got my 6x6 top fold or side fold, but you want it as a top fold for this card, but this is just a card blank. If you don't have this, then you'll want to cut a piece of 12x6 and then score along the 12 side at 6 inches. Okay. So first of all, you want to grab yourself a pencil and a ruler, and along the open end here, you just want to mark halfway. So this is 6 inches. So I'm just going to put a pencil mark there at 3. Okay. You then want to cut your corners off. So I've got my trimmer here. Now from the fold, the corner here, you're going to cut right down to that pencil line. And again, you're going to cut right across there. So I'm just popping it in my trimmer. And I'm just lining up the pencil mark with the blade. And then the end of the score line just at the top here. So just make sure that both sit perfectly in your trimmer there, and then just trim that off. Okay, but keep that because you're going to be using those. And then again, I'm just going to go in this side, so just make sure that the end of the score line is there, and then the front like so. Okay, then I'm going to stick down my background. Now I found it worked better having a busy pattern in the background and then plainer on the front, so that then when you build up your kind of decoration, it has a, without having that plain background, it really pops. So again, if I just bring this one in here, you can see against the orange there, that really stands out, but then you also get the detail from the pattern paper that way. But you might want to use the same pattern paper on all of it, because what I'm going to do is, you could now, this piece here is 5 3/4 squared. You could mark halfway along here, just like we did on this piece, and then just cut away each of the corners and stick the corners only into this section, so you have a white triangle, and then just stamp and write your message that way. You can then use that larger piece to decorate the front here, so then you've got no pattern paper waste. But I'm actually going to stick this whole piece down here, and then I'm just going to cut another triangle with this piece, and I'll show you that in a moment, because I then want to use this plain pink to decorate these pieces and here. So just something to think about when you go to decorate. I'm just seeing the back side of that there. Actually, that looks, how about that one? No, I'm going to stick with the original plan. Okay, so whilst that's drying, I've then cut this piece, which is 5 1/2 squared. And then again, along the bottom here, you want to mark halfway. So it's going to be 2 3/4, like so. And then I'm going to cut again, just the same way as you did the top. You want to line up this top point down to your pencil mark. And then again on the other side. Okay, so now this piece is going to sit perfectly in there. So I'm going to stick that down. So you can see now how that pink really does pop against that background. Then with these pink pieces, I found by just taking a little bit more off of it, it meant that you would have exactly the same white border as you have around here. So pop it in your trimmer along the short flat side there, and you should see it will be coming in at 2 3/4. If you bring it down to 2 1/2, you'll see now when you pop it in there, you've got that same nice white border. All right, and then again, I'm just going to flip that one over and just take that down to 2 1/2. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick those both in place. So that's everything stuck down. Now, if you pop them back in to place, okay, like so, it's easy for you to then remember how this next step works. So this one is now going to go across like this, and you just basically want to have this point closest to this side here. This point needs to run along the bottom, and then wherever it kind of lays is where that point will finish with. I mean, you could bring that up more, still keeping, if you want to have all the points, so you can have it, I think that's how I done it. Let's see this one's a little bit further down, but you could bring it up to the points. I actually quite like it, so you can see it with this pink behind. So I'm going to have it like there. So again, with this one, you'll then bring that one across like that. And again, you just want to make sure that these are the most important ones, because this is how it stands up on these. And then just make sure the rest are kind of the same. But you can see now how you get that. It reminds me of like an emblem for like Star Wars or some kind of like sci-fi movie. So I'm going to grab this glue here, and I'm just going to pop a blob there and then get that back in place. I want to make sure the same. Yeah, I'm happy with that, so just make sure that's dry. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, pop it back into place, and then I'm just going to lightly put a pencil line here and here. And now I know this is where I can put my adhesive if you want to now glue that onto this piece, but I'm going to use foam. So I'm just going to run some foam along there and then either side here, because you don't want any glue coming over into this area. So by doing it that way, at least you know that you're going to have that all hidden. Now also, I was going to emboss that, but it's fine. You can see that one there is using an embossing folder. So we just have a slightly different, smoother look with this one. So then I'm focusing now on these points, making sure they're equally spaced from this middle one. If you get that in place, then you know that everything else will be fine. So there we go. That was the embossing folder that I used. It was the X-Cut herringbone on that one, if anybody's interested. As always, I'll link everything below. And then I've already heat embossed this thank you, and this is from an old Making Cards magazine issue. This was one of the gifts with the magazine, so I've used the thank you there. And then for the oval there, I've used my Tonic Studio oval dies. These are old, but there's loads of oval dies. They've got newer ones out. They probably had quite a few since this one was done. But just for size, if anybody wants to know, this is about 2.5 by 2. And I'm just going to curve it a little bit, and I'm going to have that in the middle. Now you can go bigger here if you want. You can go high up. You can come low down here if you want to. You know, it depends how much of the detail you want to show, but I quite like it in the middle there, because I think you get to see the points. You know, I think just covering the crossover, you're not losing anything that way, but you still get to really see the shape. So again, I'm just going to run some foam through the middle there, like so. And then I've just taken the flowers and the leaves from the Linda Parker Papercraft Society box. It was number 15. And I've used the flowers there. Now I stamped my sentiments slightly lower down within that oval so that I could stick something on the top here and it not cover the sentiment. So I'm just going to stick the leaves either side. And then I'm going to finish it off with some embellishments. So I've just used, you can see them there. So I've just used these ones. I did share these a while ago in my What Did I Get? And I've used them in some tutorials. But I just want to pick out quite like these pink ones here. So I think that's going to, yeah, it's a two-tone. So there's pink and yellow in that one. But the nice thing about this is 3 sizes. I've only got the 2. I've got these ones here are the 5mm. Yeah, so these are 5, and then I think these are 2. Yeah, these are 2, or maybe they're classed as 3. I can't quite, it's kind of in between. But there's also maybe an 8mm, even bigger again. But I quite like these sizes, so I'm going to pop the larger one that I've got in the middle here. So that's the center of my flower. And then I'm going to have another one. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to have this down here. So just a little bit of glue, and then just pop that in place. And then I'm going to have 3 of the small ones, and then 2 of the small ones down here. So that's stuck down, and then if you want to do the white piece for the inside, if you've put yours together like mine, like I said, you may have just trimmed off the corners on a pattern piece and you've already got this area. But I'm just cutting this piece here, which I forgot to give the measurements for. This is a piece of 5.5 squared. So you want to just mark along the 5.5 side, so you'll be 2 3/4 is where you just want to mark your center point, and again just cut away like I just did then. And then I'm just going to now stick this piece in here like so, and that just gives you now your space to write your message. Okay, so that way now you can see that completely covers your area to write your message. I think they are really, really nice. Like I said, triple point card, triple arrow, kind of got an arrow feel to it. So I'll put, it'll be something like that in the title. But yeah, let me know if you've made this card before. Maybe you've seen it and I'm just late to the game with this one, but it's the first time I'd seen it. So yeah, and I think it's brilliant. Really, really nice style, and it's quick and easy to do as well. And you don't need any fancy supplies to do it. Even with, you could just have a ruler and a pair of scissors and you can make this card. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. As always, I'll link everything in the description box below. Popping up now are some other tutorials that you might like. I'll actually put in the arrow fold cards that I've made, because you might want to, if you like this kind of style, then you might like those ones as well. There'll also be a picture of my face. If you've enjoyed the tutorial today and you haven't subscribed, click there and you'll be able to subscribe to the channel. And if you hit the notification bell, then you will be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back again very soon. Bye.